Hi, it's Lucy and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about protein and also the truth about plant protein. You probably know that protein is essential to good health. I mean, so many people are doing diets that reduce fats or diets that reduce carbs, which are the other macronutrients, and I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but you never see anyone trying to do a diet that reduces their protein. Indeed, protein is a building block for your muscles. It helps build and repair tissue, and also it's really important in the formation of enzymes or hormones or blood or skin. But protein raises a lot of questions. People are wondering how much protein they actually need. They're wondering whether they can eat only plant protein and if that's good or bad. And also they wonder if you can get too much protein. So first of all, what is protein? Proteins are made from chains of amino acids that are linked together, and they make even bigger chains, and then they are twisted into different forms. Amino acids are organic compounds that can be put into two groups. You have the essential ones and the non-essential ones. Essential amino acids cannot be made by your body, and so you must get them from your food. I will put up a list of what they are. And non-essential amino acids can come from our food, and some of them are conditional, and that means that they become essential in times of stress. And your body isn't really able to store protein, so it's important to get enough protein from the foods you eat daily. Second question, how much protein do you need? So this will certainly come as no surprise, but the amount of protein you need depends on different factors, such as your age, your height, your weight, and it will also depend on whether you're trying to lose weight or trying to build muscle. The recommended dietary allowance for both men and women is 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. However, it's important to note that this is the minimal amount required, and that you may need more than that for optimal health and to meet all of your needs. And for a specific number on that, everybody has different numbers. It's really hard to say. For example, I like to eat as many grams of protein as my weight in kilograms, so about 1 gram of protein per kilogram. And I know that some people also like to divide their weight in pounds, divide that by 2 and have that in grams, in protein grams, if that makes sense. So for example, if you weigh 60 kilograms, which is about 132 pounds, if you use the first method, then you're going to be aiming for 60 grams of protein, and the second method is going to be half of 132, so 66 grams of protein, and you can see that it's pretty similar. The amount of protein you need also varies depending on your lifestyle. So for instance, athletes require closer to 1.2 to 2 grams of protein per day, and that depends on what type of exercise they do. Another study, for instance, showed that having 0.4 grams of protein per kilogram per meal and then spreading it out throughout 4 meals was the optimal way to build muscle mass. Studies show that people who are trying to lose weight may also benefit from eating more protein because it will make them feel more full. And some studies have shown that high protein diets are good for weight loss, but the results are inconsistent. And there's also some evidence that a high protein intake increases thermogenesis, so basically increases your metabolism and makes you burn more calories. Pregnant women should also be getting more protein. Of course, they're developing a new life, so that's understandable. So studies recommend that pregnant women get around 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily during early pregnancy. And then studies recommend that for late pregnancy, they should be getting 1.52 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Elderly people should also be getting more protein because when you age, you lose muscle mass. So you can kind of counter that by having a little bit more protein. Consuming around 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram per day is optimal for these people. So now that you know all about protein and how much you should be getting, I'm going to tell you in which foods you can find good protein. But first, I'm going to talk about the differences between animal protein and plant protein. You can actually find good quality protein, I'm only talking about protein, in both animal and plant foods. Most animal foods are complete proteins, which means that they contain every essential amino acid in a sufficient amount, and they have fewer anti-nutrients than plant proteins, or than plant foods, so the protein is digested better. However, a lot of plant foods actually have a great amino acid profile and are complete proteins as well. You may find that they sometimes have one amino acid in an insufficient amount, but that can really easily be compensated throughout the day. Something that people also believe is that they should be getting the exact number of essential amino acids they need at every meal. And vegans and vegetarians feel like they have to track everything they eat to make sure to complement everything correctly. But in reality, we only need a sufficient amount of amino acids a day. If you eat 3 healthy and balanced meals a day, you will most likely get enough. If you're eating enough calories, even if they all come from plants, then it is very unlikely that you will develop a protein deficiency. I personally prefer eating mostly plant protein. It often comes without the cholesterol or the saturated fats, and it's much better ethically. And also, it's really not hard to get enough protein from plants. So that being said, here are some good sources of both animal and plant protein. So unless I specify a different number, this is all going to be the quantity of protein for 100 grams. So the best sources of animal protein are, so chicken breast contains around 29 grams of protein. Tuna contains around 29 grams as well. Turkey contains around 27. Beef around 25. Pork around 22, salmon around 21, and 1 egg, which is 70 grams, contains around 9 grams of protein. Now for the best plant sources of protein. Tofu contains around 17 grams of protein. Oats contain around 16. Edamame contains around 10. Corn contains around 9.5. Chickpeas contain around 9. Lentils around 9 as well, and pinto and kidney beans and black beans also contain 9 grams of protein. Peanuts contain around 7 grams, or if you eat 1 ounce of peanuts, that's 28 grams. Pasta contains around 6 grams. Almonds contain around 6 grams as well. Cashews and green peas around 5 grams, and quinoa around 4.5 grams. Seeds also contain a lot of protein. For example, pumpkin and squash seeds give you around 25 grams of protein per 100 grams. Sunflower seeds contain 21 grams, and for chia seeds, it's around 16 grams. But just keep in mind that 100 grams isn't a standard serving size for seeds, but if you sprinkle them on your salads or your meals, then that's a great way to get an extra protein boost. I often say this, but it's really important to keep in mind that the quantities of protein vary depending on what food you buy, the source of the food, where it's from, etc. For example, the pasta I buy contains around 14 grams of protein, not 6. So you really have to look and check your labels. Another common question is, can you get too much protein? And the answer is yes. While so many people are concerned about getting enough protein, it's actually possible to get too much. Like any other macronutrient, eating too much may cause some health problems. First of all, this is really simple. If you just up your protein intake and you don't lower your other macronutrients intake, then you're gonna gain weight. For some reason, people seem to think that excess protein cannot be stored as fat, but that is not true. Secondly, this is only for people with kidney issues, but too much protein can cause damage because amino acids contain nitrogen, and your kidneys will have to work harder to eliminate all of the excess nitrogen. But there's no evidence that this can have an effect on people who have healthy kidneys though. And also for many people, eating more protein actually means eating more meat. and red meat consumption is associated with a higher risk of heart disease and of cancer mortality. And eating red meat and processed meat is also associated with higher risks for certain cancers. And a review of studies also showed that consuming too much protein was associated with some adverse effects. And if you want to check that out, don't forget to read my blog post that I will be putting in the description. And finally, even if protein is good for your health, if you have too much and reduce all of your other macronutrients, then you might be missing out on some important nutritional content. Stick to the quantities I mentioned and you will be just fine. So to sum up, protein is an important macronutrient and should make up an important part of everyone's diet. Eating 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight is a good way to ensure that you get a good amount of protein, but of course this varies depending on each individual. So as you've seen, there are many great sources of animal and plant protein available to meet your needs. And remember that it's absolutely possible to get enough quality protein on a plant-based diet. And finally, eating too much protein can have some adverse effects on certain people. As usual, moderation is key. If you're interested in learning about another macronutrient, you can check out the video I made about carbohydrates right here or in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't hesitate to like it and subscribe, and see you on my next one. Bye!